What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. It's been a long time. It's been a little bit over a year since my last video, and today I'm coming back strong. I want to make a lot more content this year, make sure that I get myself out there. So today's video is going to be about 5 money goals that you should have right now. Some of these money goals are things that I learned personally that I applied to my life this year. They caused me to continue to generate wealth, to continue to grow as a person. And with that being said, if you're a person that's currently struggling with your finances, you want to have a better financial future for yourself, or all around, you just want to make sure that you know everything you can about finances to ensure that you succeed in the future, this video is definitely a video that you will not want to skip. Make sure you watch everything to the end. And before I start jumping into the topics, did you know that there is a high probability that you did not hit the like button on this video yet? That's an issue. So what we're going to have to get you to do is go down there and like it real quick. Thanks. So the first topic that I want to talk about is creating a budget. A budget is very essential to your day-to-day life and increasing your wealth over time. What a budget is a detailed list of all of your expenses monthly and your income monthly, so that you know exactly what your money is going towards. Every dollar should have a job. You don't want to not know where your money is going. That's the worst position you can be in, because you'll never know what you can cut back on to increase what you're making every month or have more money in your pocket at the end of the month. Budgets are really important for that reason. And creating a budget can sometimes seem like a tedious task, because you don't want to be limited on what you can buy, what you can't buy, different things like that. But you can set aside a certain percentage of your income as fund money, where you're able to use that money for whatever you decide to do for miscellaneous purposes. What's up, you guys? As I was editing this video, I realized that I did not talk about different ways that you can automate this process and make it a lot simpler for yourself. You can write it down, but you can also use things like Mint. Mint is a website that I use personally to keep track of all of my finances. I can tell exactly how much I have invested. I can tell exactly where my money is going to. I can set up how much I want to spend every month for groceries and everything like that. It makes it so much simpler. You can also use things like You Need a Budget, but I don't use that, so Mint is what I mainly go to. Oh, this is Velma, or my wife's playmate. Yeah. Now, I made this one step 1 because if you don't know where all your money is going, there is no way for you to know how much you can have to invest and how much you can have to do other things that you want to do with that money. Budgeting is the most important step. Step number 2 is creating an emergency fund. Now, an emergency fund will help you in the event that you're in a situation where normally you would use a credit card to go into more debt to take care of something that's an emergency. So let's say your car just stops working and you need to take it to a mechanic to get it seen. When you take it to the mechanic and you don't have cash in your account, you're more likely to use a credit card and go into debt for that particular purchase. This can cause a lot of problems, because then you have to pay monthly payments towards the card in order to pay it off. And on top of the monthly payments that you're paying, you're also paying interest. So it's like you're paying more for that particular job than you would have paid if you just paid cash outright. For example, let's say that you decided that you were only going to pay the minimum balance on a $2,000 purchase. That would come out to about $4,000 with just the minimum payment month over month. Whereas I believe with that same payment, if you were to put maybe $300 a month because you budgeted, you can get rid of that payment at about $2,200, which is still more than what you paid, but you're getting it for a lot less because you have a budget in place to get rid of that debt. The emergency fund will protect you from situations like that, so you'll just have cash on hand to go ahead and pay for these events that you have. Step number 3 is paying off high interest debt. Now, going back to what I just mentioned before about a $2,000 debt being $4,000, only paying the minimum balance of about $40 every month. The charges that you get from high interest debt cause you to pay more for the products that you buy with that credit card than if you would have bought them before the fact with cash. Let's say that you have a card with a 20% APR. Just by paying off that card, you're instantly looking at a 20% rate of increase for your income. Instead of you paying that $40 a month and over the however long you pay $4,000, you're not paying that additional $2,000 on top of the $2,000 initial purchase. Step 4 is where things start to get a little more interesting. So step 4 is investing your money with Webull. By depositing $100 today, you can get 2 free stocks from Webull, and I'll have that link down in the description. You want to make sure that you're investing your money. Investing can help you in the long term due to compound interest. Every year, your money is growing using the money from the previous year, which then uses the money from the previous year before that, which uses the money from the previous year, and it compounds. So by doing this, you're setting yourself up for success later on in life. There are a couple different ways you can invest. The first most recommended way is a 401k if your company offers a match for your 401k. For instance, right now I get a 6% match with my company, and all I have to do is put 6% in. So it's as if I'm getting an additional 6% free from my company just for investing 6% myself. On top of that, I have a Roth IRA where I pay taxes up front, and later on down the line when I go to pull that money, it's tax free. I don't have to pay any taxes on it. So whatever money I grow, I don't have to, if I'm in a higher tax bracket, I won't have to pay that additional money. A Roth IRA is something that you set up on your own. It can also be set up through Webull, and that's where I have my Roth IRA. There are many other places you can get a Roth IRA, like Fidelity. And there is a cap for how much you can put into a Roth IRA. You can only put $6,000 in a Roth IRA per year. This particular account is basically super tax advantaged. Like, it's overpowered. You also have options like an HSA, a 503B, and other options that you can take advantage of as well. But those I won't go into in this video. Now, the fifth thing that you want to do when you're looking at building your wealth over time is you want to make sure that you're assessing your net worth and budgeting according to where your income is going every month. So imagine this: you're in a job and you currently make $50,000 per year, and the next year you get a raise or a promotion, and now you're getting paid $60,000 per year. That extra $10,000, it's important that you allocate that towards your budget. You use your budget to make sure that you're sending all that money to where it needs to go. So in order to assess my net worth, I use Mint. Mint is a free platform that you can connect your bank account to. You can connect your credit cards to. You can connect all of that to, and it'll tell you what your net worth is based on those amounts. That way you can keep track of all of your investments. You can keep track of all of your bank accounts, your complete net worth, and know where you are now, and really make a plan for where you want to be in the future. So far, just talking about me, since last year around July of 2020, I have grown my net worth about $20,000. Most of this came from a bonus that I received, but some of it also came from me just changing how I spend and making sure that I allocate everything the way that I want it to. Making sure that I'm putting a certain amount of my income into investments and different things like that. I'm entirely debt free, and I believe that you can do it too. Anyone can. So that's going to wrap up this video. Make sure that you go down below, click the link for Webull, and make sure you deposit $100 so you can get your 2 free stocks just by opening an account. Don't forget to like this video. Make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for future uploads. And peace.